Into the best Sooner recruiting and football news with Parker Thune and Grayson Singleton.
You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up.
Hit the guys up on the Riverwind Casino call-in line at 405-329-9000 or text the show on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439.
Do it! Just do it!
Now, with Locked In, here's Parker Thune and Grayson Singleton.
Oh, yeah, let's get it rolling out here at the Buffalo Wild Wings off I-35 in more for the 68-team giveaway. Always love being out here, and it just so happens that we're here on St. Patrick's Day. The 68-team giveaway collides with St. Patrick's Day here in 2025. Looking around this room, seeing a lot of green Ref 68-team giveaway shirts. So many of you have come out, packed the house here at the Buffalo Wild Wings off I-35 in more, and made it a really fun event thus far. I'm currently the only one with a microphone in this room, so it kind of feels like an individual class project, Perry. Everybody's staring at me, and I'm just talking. But Grayson Singleton also with us, of course, back in the Buffalo Wild Wings studios. I guess, well, you're at B-Dubs in some sense, Grayson, the Buffalo Wild Wings studios. But how are we doing on this Monday afternoon?
I'm good, man. I'm really good. This is one of my favorite times of the sports calendar. So this is a fun show to do, and I'll be joining you guys out there as soon as we get off air.
Oh, good. Wish you were here right now, buddy.
I do too.
We're having fun.
I
yes.
bet.
Glad you'll be here once this hour is wrapped up, though. Always an event that we enjoy taking part in personally. And with that said, Grayson, as long as you don't mind, before we get started with some OU football and recruiting talk here in the 2 o'clock hour, I'm going to give away some free stuff. Are you cool with that? Can I give away some free stuff?
You don't need my permission.
Okay, sounds great. Without your permission, we are going to move ahead with our very first giveaway, a $100 gift certificate to Mitchell's Jewelry. Newt and Gina Mitchell, of course, they run a fantastic business out there, family-owned, Antwerp diamonds, engagement rings, fashion-forward collections, and timeless classics. Mitchell's Jewelry is where Oklahoma gets engaged. And the $100 gift certificate to Mitchell's Jewelry is going to go to one Susan Garrett. Susan Garrett, are you in the house? If so, you are a winner. Look at that. There she is. Susan Garrett has won a $100 gift certificate to Mitchell's Jewelry. Congratulations to Susan. Now, we have two more teams that will come off the board here at the 68-team giveaway in just a minute. But before those two teams come off the board, we're going to give away another $100 Visa gift card, courtesy of Primrose Funeral Service. So, again, this is a Visa gift card. It can be used pretty much anywhere and everywhere. Thank you to Roger Allen and the team at Primrose, Norman's oldest funeral home, pre-planning and specialized services for your loved ones with compassion. That's Primrose Funeral Services. And the winner of this $100 Visa gift card is Travis Keeley. Travis Keeley, are you in the building? Travis Keeley. Is that you? Are you Travis Keeley? Okay, perfect. There we go. He's a winner. All right. Two $100 gift cards already given away this hour. This is why you come show up, people. We love interacting with you via the Riverwind Casino jackpot line and obviously the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line at 405-651-3439. But if you show up at Buffalo Wild Wings off I-35 in Moore, you have a chance to win one of our many prizes that we give away throughout the day. Now, two teams. We are giving away two teams right here off the top in the 2 o'clock hour. Oh, Danny Deal, you are a winner again. Danny Deal, where are you? You're getting a team. You're getting the very last team on our big board, as a matter of fact, because it is team number 68. Danny, if you're still here, step on up, claim your prize. Team number 68 is all yours. There he is. There's Danny. Danny is here. Team number 68 belongs to Danny, and that team is, oh, hello, the Houston Cougars. Danny is overjoyed. He's got a legit national title contender. I believe that's the first one seed off the board, Barry
I was just
Spencer.
about to ask you that.
And it belongs to Danny Deal. So for the first time here at the 68-team giveaway, we got a legit contender coming off the board. Okay, let's get one more team in here. Who's going to be the winner of our second team of the 2 o'clock hour? Andrew C. That is all it says. Andrew C. I don't know if you just weren't comfortable writing your full last name or if your last name is just the letter C. But Andrew C., if you're here, you win a team. Andrew C. Speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, Andrew C., you are no longer a winner. Somebody else is going to be receiving team number 57 here. Team number 57 is going to go to Hunter Gilliland. Hunter Gilliland. Whoa, there was an eruption in the back of the room.
Okay, now.
Hunter has some people that were very, very excited to see him win. He's getting team number 57, Tyler. Team number 57 belongs to Hunter. Let's see who we got. Woo Pig Suey. The Arkansas Razorbacks are off the board. There we go. So we've already given away 2 teams. We've given away 2 $100 gift cards. We're really just getting started, folks. I mean, looking at this board, we've only given away 14 of the 68 teams. So if you haven't already made your way out to Buffalo Wild Wings, right off I-35 in Moore next to 19th Street, there's still plenty of time. We're going to be here till 7 p.m. Come enter your name, sit down, have a meal, and give yourself a chance to win one of our many, many fantastic prizes. Okay, Grayson Singleton, let's pivot to our subject matter for the day. And that, of course, I mean, let's not bury the lead here. Jonathan Hatton has another commitment date. Now, for those unfamiliar with the 4-star running back out of Cibolo Steele High School in the San Antonio area, he was committed to Oklahoma for quite some time, over a year, as a matter of fact, October of 2023 until December of 2024. He eventually chose to back off that commitment and reopen his recruitment. His recruitment has been open for the last 3 months. He was most recently in Norman for the Sooners Future Freaks weekend. That was last weekend, March 8th, a Saturday. And on Saturday, March 22nd, a mere 2 weeks after his most recent visit to Norman, Oklahoma, Hatton is going to make what is ostensibly his final decision. He said when he decommitted that he wasn't going to commit again until he knew he was ready. It appears that he knows he's ready, Grayson, and this one looks like it's trending favorably for Oklahoma.
And I think if you're Oklahoma, you have to be proud of how this has gone with a kid who committed to you early, then decided to take a step back and say, you know what, let me go through this process a little bit more. We talk seemingly every other day about how sometimes players are going to back off early commitments when they commit very, very early in the process. So the fact that they were able to stay around and hang in there and keep pursuing him and telling him, hey, we want you here, but we understand that you want to make sure that you cross all your I's, or cross all your T's, dot all your I's, and then ultimately him come back to you. I think this was well done by everybody involved. To me, I want to go back to something that we talked about last week, Parker. I think now we're on the KD Jones watch now, because we talked about if Oklahoma adds a couple of other running backs too, and there's others that they're targeting other than Jonathan Hatton, what does that do with the recruitment of KD Jones up there in Jinx? We know that Oklahoma State is pushing hard for him. We know that Louisville's pushing hard for him. So what does that do with that saga? So those are my 2 big takeaways from hearing about the commitment announcement this weekend from Jonathan Hatton.
Well, and this really thickens the plot, if you will, because with the knowledge that Hatton is coming off the board this Saturday and the knowledge that his decision is likely going in Oklahoma's favor, any games whatsoever with Oklahoma, I think what DeMarco Murray and the OU staff would do is they just simply tell the kid to keep on moving. And they'd say, all right, come OV season, we'll get the flip done, we'll lock down Rylan Morris, and that'll be that. And so it does create a crunch, and it does make things very, very interesting with regard to that 2026 running back class. It really tightens the field. And really, like, if you look at it, Oklahoma's only been seriously mentioned for 3 running back targets for the last several months. It's been Hatton, Rylan Morris, Caden Jones. And I think the common narrative, the common theory for the longest time was, okay, especially after Hatton decommitted, he's going to go somewhere like Texas A&M, and then Oklahoma will wind up with KD Jones and Rylan Morris. But what if it is the Jenks Oklahoma native, the legacy, that winds up the odd man out in the trio, Grayson? I wonder what the fan base is going to think of that. Because on the one hand, you look at Hatton and you look at Morris, and they're both very, very talented backs. But I also know, dealing with this fan base for years and years, I know that there are going to be some folks that simply cannot get over the fact that KD Jones is a legacy and he's an in-state kid, and you got to have those kids, right? You absolutely got to. You got to build with Oklahoma talent. I know there are plenty of people that think that, if there's a dude in-state, you have to lock him down at all costs. So there will no doubt be some varying perspectives if that does come to fruition. Let's say Caden Jones goes to Kansas or goes to Oklahoma State, and the Sooners get 2 really, really talented backs in their own right in Hatton and Morris. But the top back from within state lines, the kid whose father not only wore the crimson and cream, but was a very key piece of some very, very good Oklahoma teams in the early 2000s, if he's the one that gets away in the thick of all of this.
Well, I think it would be a very tough pill to stomach for the fan base, but I think it's going to be a softer pill to swallow in 2026 than it would have been, say, in 2020, 2019, something like that. And the reason why is because you're not playing in Oklahoma State. You're not playing a Kansas, at least in the scheduled part of the season. Now, you can end up seeing them in a bowl game, but you can also reason that if you see one of them in a bowl game, something has either gone horribly wrong for Oklahoma or horribly right for Oklahoma State or Kansas. So the likelihood that you even have to face him, which would make stomaching that much more difficult, is very, very low. But I do think there are some in the fan base, and you guys can let us know on the Knippelmeyer Chevrolet text line, 651-3439. There are going to be those that say he is a legacy. He is right up the street in Tulsa, within state lines. Why was that the kid that you bailed on? Why was that the kid that you told to go find another spot in favor of a dude who decommitted from you, even though he's always been open to the reunification, and a dude who was committed somewhere else? Those are the 2 guys that you took over a guy whose pops played here. I think there are going to be those in the fan base that have that sort of rhetoric, and that would be valid. So, and then your ire you have to draw a line where your ire goes to. Do you go to the kid or do you go to the school? And I think for some, that's going to raise an eyebrow at the school and at DeMarco Murray and those who made that decision to go pursue him. Those guys over a Caden Jones who is within state lines. But I think this ultimately comes down to, and when did we really all start talking about this? In terms of timeline, Ben Arbuckle getting there. And I think the fact that you've had a change of regime along the offensive staff, at least who's at the head of it, has to come into play here when it comes to who you've all of a sudden started to prioritize and who you might have to tell, hey, go find another spot.
Now, to loop back around to your original point there, Grayson, because I think it's a good one. A lot of times when a kid decommits from a particular school, the fan base and really the world at large, everybody that pays attention to recruiting is going to think, okay, well, he's going somewhere else. It's just a matter of where, right? And there were plenty that thought that at the time when Hatton decommitted from Oklahoma. Okay, he's going to A&M, or he'll visit Ohio State and maybe wind up a Buckeye. And he really, like, outside of Texas A&M, I don't think Hatton has visited any other schools in the last 3 months. I'd have to fact check myself on that. But to my recollection, he's only taken visits to Oklahoma and A&M. So A&M clearly was the school, and we kind of all knew it at the time, that had given him something to think about. But it would have been very, very easy, to your point, for DeMarco Murray and this Oklahoma staff to simply move along and operate under the assumption that Jonathan Hatton was off the board, no longer a realistic possibility to wind up in Oklahoma sooner. And they did a great job of just keeping the main thing. Changing nothing about how they approached his recruitment, about how they developed their relationship with him. The whole staff, if you recall this, well, not the whole staff, but I believe there were 4 or 5 staffers that went down to San Antonio to visit with him during the contact period. They get him back for future freaks, and now here you are 2 weeks later on the precipice of landing his commitment. This has very rarely happened in the past. Now, it has happened that a kid is decommitted from Oklahoma only to wind up recommitting to the Sooners, whether they committed somewhere else in between or just kept things open until their second commitment. CeeDee Lamb was a guy that very notably decommitted from OU, I believe to visit LSU, if I'm not mistaken, and he winds up right back in the Sooners class at the end of the day. It happened with several prospects, I do believe, at the end of the 2022 cycle when there was the coaching change. Kobe McKenzie, that's obviously a pretty memorable one. He decommits from OU, commits to Texas, and then flips right back to the Sooners in the span of 8 days. So, if the Sooners can pull this off with Jonathan Hatton, first off, going to be a huge boon for their 2026 class and for their backfield moving forward because he's a really, really talented player, but also a message that, hey, look, we're good enough at this relationship game that even if we lose a kid's commitment in this day and age for one reason or another, we're not just going to go away. And you're not going to be able to eliminate us from contention just because the kid wants to take some more visits or explore his options a little bit more thoroughly. All right, folks, we're just getting rolling here in this 2 o'clock hour. You're listening to Locked In here on the Ref Sports Radio Network, the home of Sooner fans. I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings out here in Moore for the 68 team giveaway. Seeing a lot of familiar faces out here, plenty of new faces. We're giving out plenty of swag as well. Thanks to our title sponsors, Riverwind Casino, Fowler Automotive, Cavens Group, Central Oklahoma Buick GMC, and, of course, Fast Signs for their partnership in the 68 team giveaway. Always a fun event. So get out here if you're not already out here. We hope to see you soon. We'll be here till 7 p.m. And we got more OU football and recruiting talk coming up on the other side. Keep it right here on the Ref, the home of Sooner fans.
Do you eat, sleep, and breathe Sooner football? We do too. This is the Ref, home of Sooner fans.
Fowler Automotive is proud to be a part of your community, where our passion and values lie far beyond the showroom. We believe that families, sports, art, and culture are at the heart of every thriving community, and it's important to us that we help build the communities that our dealerships call home. Stop by any of our 6 Oklahoma dealerships to see the Fowler standard hard at work. We pride ourselves on being friendly, helpful, honest, and fair. This is what drives us every day. Fowler Automotive, a proud partner of OU Athletics.
Oklahoma DRS helps job seekers with disabilities become taxpayers.
Their whole thing is to help people with disabilities go back to work.
They knew that I would be successful if I did not give up.
They have given me the power and confidence to face any challenge.
I'm just glad that, DRS was there. Empower yourself. Talk to DRS Vocational Rehabilitation.
Or services for the blind today.
OKDRS.gov. 800-487-4042.
OU softball, baseball, and gymnastics offer great opportunities for you to get out for some exciting action and support your Sooners. Going to an OU event or game? Balfour of Norman on Campus Corner invites you to stop by and get some new OU gear. Whether it's a softball jersey with your favorite player or just a new lucky shirt or hat to wear to the game, Balfour has everything you need to be in style and showing your colors. Cheer for the Sooners in the best and newest styles in Sooner sportswear. Locally owned for more than 45 years, Balfour continues to be Sooner fans' favorite OU store. and has everything you need. Balfour has the latest styles and fashion trends for men, women, and children. You can find something for every Sooner fan. When it comes to hats, they have you covered with more than 100 styles to choose from. Even OU socks, so you're literally covered from head to toe. Graduation is right around the corner. They have OU diploma frames in stock. Or you can always get a gift card so they can choose the perfect gift for themselves. Come see us on the corner or shop online at crimsonproud.com, where you will find everything Sooner.
5 Iron Golf is now open in Yukon, Oklahoma. Escape the Oklahoma weather and play world-famous courses like Pebble Beach on state-of-the-art TrackMan simulators. Perfect your swing with expert coaching or just kick back with delicious food, craft cocktails, and a lively sports bar vibe. Planning a party, corporate outing, or fun night out? 5 Iron Golf has you covered. Visit 5 Iron Golf to book now and experience the future of indoor golf and entertainment in Yukon. Are you looking for luxury apartments for rent in Norman? The Falls at Brookhaven offers stunning apartments and a well-maintained, calm atmosphere. Enjoy our landscaping, a swim in the pool, or take your pet for a walk in one of our 2 dog parks. Our spacious outdoor areas and state-of-the-art amenities will make this new home feel like a resort. All this can be right outside of your door when you live at the Falls at Brookhaven. Call our locally owned and operated community at 405-701-8233 or go online to thefallsatbrookhaven.com to view our spacious floor plans.
Is your team coming to Norman or Noble for an event? Let Chick-fil-A 12th Avenue be your winning meal provider. From box meals and nugget trays to lemonade and tea, 12th Avenue Chick-fil-A can provide your team's pre- or post-game meal. Delivery, pickup, or dine in, 12th Avenue will have you covered. Call us at 405-310-3189 or use the CFA One app and let Chick-fil-A feed your team. Don't forget to ask about the Give Back program for a winning season. Call 405-310-3189 and remember to eat more chicken.
I'm Gina Mitchell of Mitchell's Jewelry. Our showroom is home to classic favorites like diamond earrings and pearl strands, plus cool watches from Michelle and Shinola, and cases full of the latest trends. We are known for our engagement rings and love giving our customers every option, straight from our cases or in their very own custom design, with natural diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, or colored gemstones. Shop with us in-store or shop our website or Instagram. Mitchell's Jewelry in the heart of Norman at 2201 West Main Street.
It is locked in here on the Ref, the home of Sooner fans, out here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Moore, right off I-35 and 19th Street for the 68-team giveaway. Really fun event every single year. Grayson Singleton is back in the Buffalo Wild Wings studios for the time being. He'll be out here as soon as the 2 o'clock hour wraps up. But right here off the top, we're going to give away some more free swag. Got it. Let's give away the swag first, then we'll pull 2 teams. So we are giving away a Buffalo Wild Wings gift basket. I'm not even sure what all is in here. There's a lot of stuff in this Buffalo Wild Wings gift basket, including a gift card. One of you lucky patrons is going to take home this Buffalo Wild Wings gift basket, and the patron in question is Jeff Murray. Jeff Murray, are you here? Jeff Murray. Jeff Murray. Oh, we have a Jeff Murray. There he is. Oh, he's wearing a shirt that Steely would be proud of. He's wearing his Augusta National Golf Course T-shirt. There you go, Jeff. There's your Buffalo Wild Wings gift basket. And with that now completed, we're going to pull 2 more teams here. We're going to give away 2 more teams in the 68-team giveaway. As I'm doing a quick count here, we have 14 teams off the board. This is the 15th team to come off the board, and it's going to go to Terry Hansel. Terry Hansel, Terry's a winner. He's going to get team number 17 on our big board. 1-7 for Terry. So there we go. Let's see who Terry gets. It is, this is my wife's alma mater right here, the Liberty Flames. There you go. 12 seed in the East region. They get a first-round matchup with Dana Altman and the Oregon Ducks. Congratulations, Terry. You've got a 12 seed. There's some really, really appetizing 12-5 and even 13-4 matchups in this bracket. We'll talk about that in a second because I reserve the right to talk about college basketball on an OU football and recruiting show during tournament week, especially on such a day as the 68-team giveaway. One more team to give away this segment, and this team is going to go to... Perry keeps pulling duplicate winners. We can't have any of those. This winner, Haley Szymanski, I'm going to say. Whoa, okay. Very popular. She is very popular. She's got an entourage out here.
Somebody's got some friends.
Yes. Haley's got friends. Haley's got a whole crew. And she's going to get a team off the big board here at the 68-team giveaway. It's going to be team number 55. Team number 55. Let's see which team Haley gets. We have, I got these boys in the Sweet 16. They play some fun basketball. The Drake Bulldogs. The Drake Bulldogs, the number 11 seed in the West region. They get to play Mizzou in round one. So no doubt Sooner Nation will be rooting for Drake in week one. Or, I'm sorry, round one of the NCAA tournament. All right, 2 more teams off the board. We just gave away a very enticing Buffalo Wild Wings gift basket. And there are many more giveaways to come over the next several hours here at the 68-team giveaway at Buffalo Wild Wings off I-35 and 19th Street and more. And if you can't make it today, head out to Buffalo Wild Wings at their East Edmond location on South I-44 from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. They got beer specials, $3 tall Coors Lights. I know a few people who could put down more than a few of those. You can try their new beer cheese steaks and chicken parm melt. Plus, for a limited time, try new barbecue ranch and buffalo blue sauce. So, it's a party all day, whether here at the I-35 and 19th Street location and more, or at the South I-44 location in Edmond. Okay, Grayson Singleton, explain it to me like I'm 5. How in the world did North Carolina make the field of 68 last night?
A participation trophy. That's what it was. I mean, look, did they beat the teams they're supposed to beat? Yes. They didn't lose a quad 3 game. They had a really good quad 2 record. But this boils down to, it's very simple. North Carolina got in because they had the 5th hardest strength of schedule in the non-con. They had 13 games against said teams. You know how many games of those that they won? 1. They were 1-12 in the non-con, the 5th hardest non-con of the non-conference schedule in the country. It's a participation trophy. They got rewarded for constructing their schedule in that manner, even though they didn't beat any of the teams. There is no logical way to reason North Carolina into the field. I don't care who you would have put in instead of them. Put Indiana in there, okay, cool. You want to put West Virginia in there, fine. Ohio State, I'd be iffy at. But the fact that North Carolina, here's the thing you have to realize about all of these teams on the bubble. Boise State falls into this category too. At one point in time, we talked about those teams being in the tournament. We talked about Indiana being a tournament team. We talked about Ohio State being a tournament team. Everybody thought West Virginia was going to be in, and at one time we thought Boise State was going to be in. Never at any point in the season did we think North Carolina was a tournament team. And all of a sudden they are. Sure, they won a couple of games in the ACC tournament. That's fine. But keep this in mind, too. Even though they won 22 games, people will say, oh, well, they won 22 games in the much weaker ACC, which, by the way, their demise as a program, the fact that they weren't as good had a lot to do with why the ACC was weaker. I have no earthly idea how North Carolina got into the tournament. But if you want to talk about the ripple effect, I think them getting in the tournament makes a lot more sense, makes it make a lot more sense why Oklahoma is a 9 seed. I will say that.
There's a popular conspiracy theory right now on social media because, of course, one of the people in the decision room, well, he claimed he wasn't in the decision room when the North Carolina conversations were happening, but one of the committee members is North Carolina Athletic Director Bubba Cunningham, which it's befuddling to me why in the year 2025 we're still allowing athletic directors who have a vested, particularly financial interest in putting certain teams in over others, why we're still letting people like that have a say in the decision-making process. But you're exactly right, Grayson. Forgive me if I'm of the opinion that strength of schedule should only matter if you actually win the games on your schedule, which North Carolina did not. I thought it particularly telling to see that bracket matrix, which basically measures the predictions and records the predictions of like 100-plus expert bracketologists. Every single one of the bracket matrix bracketologists had West Virginia in the field. They were a unanimous selection, and yet somehow, some way, they were the 69th team yesterday when the field was released. I feel bad for Darian DeVries. I'm a little biased there, admittedly. I've known Darian for a long, long, long time. He's a good friend of my family. When I used to watch Crayton games back at age like 4 or 5 in the early 2000s when Dana Altman was the coach there, Darian was on staff as a GA, and he'd take me back to the locker room sometimes. And, of course, at that time, Creighton basketball wasn't what it is today. Still a pretty decent program, though. But those were some of my foundational sports memories, watching Creighton basketball when Dana Altman was the head coach and Darian DeVries was a GA on the staff. So wish he and that West Virginia team would have been in the tournament field. I think they certainly deserved it. But I would hope at the very least it leads to a reevaluation of the current processes, because when basically everybody's standpoint on it is, hey, whether or not he was in the discussion, or I should say in the room for the discussions or not, North Carolina only got in the field because their athletic director's on the committee. When that is the narrative that is prevailing across the country, hopefully that sparks some actual change. I don't know if you saw that, but I guess like,
no, I did.
Was it the governor of West Virginia that was like threatening legal action on social media?
Oh, I think they've done it
against the.
I think they've filed that legal action.
Did they really?
From what I saw like 30 minutes ago, I think so. Which also is dumb too, because we're going back to this Florida State thing from a couple of years ago with the CFP. If you remember that. So I don't know. Here's what I'll say about Bubba Cunningham being a part of this selection committee. Number one, there are too many people who follow college basketball too closely, our age and older, that can make a better selection committee that doesn't have the possibility of conflicts of interest. I mean, there's too many options where you can go. And here's what I'll say this. I will say this. I don't want to attack the committee's integrity here. I don't think there was anything nefarious going on here, but just close the door. Don't even make it a possibility for people to say this. And hopefully this will spark that change. I agree with you on that, Parker.
Now, I will say this. Either they need to close the door or they just need to, like, live stream the entire process. Like, make the public privy to all of the conversations that would happen. Just, like, swing the door wide open for transparency's sake. I think people would respect that. But, yes, I did a quick search on the Twitterverse, and apparently the governor of West Virginia, Patrick Morrissey, held a press conference at noon Central Time, 1 Eastern. And at this press conference, he was in front of a podium that said, National Corrupt Athletic Association. Yeah, we love us some drama in the sports world. Hey, what do you think looking over this bracket? Let's swing this back to actual things that matter to the field of 68. As you look at this bracket, and when it was rolled out yesterday, obviously we get to watch it all in real time every year on the selection show. Really nice tribute to Greg Gumbel, which was well-deserved and that should have happened yesterday. Glad to see the CBS crew honor him at the very front end of the selection show. But what are some of your immediate thoughts looking over this field of 68?
Duke got screwed. I thought Duke should have been the number 1 overall seed. They have been playing better as of late than Auburn, and they just won the ACC tournament without Cooper Flagg for most of it, if not all of it. So, not to mention, I think, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, they're the only Power 4 team that won 30 games this year. They're 31-3. So I thought Duke should have gotten the number 1 overall seed. Instead, if you look at that region that Duke's in, 1 through 4, they have the toughest 1 through 4 draw in the entire tournament, with Alabama being the 2, Wisconsin, who is always a great tournament team, no matter how good they are, they're a great tournament team. Wisconsin's the 3, and Arizona's the 4, who scores the most paint points in the entire Big 12. So, man, that was my initial reaction was that Duke got screwed. And my second reaction is I don't think this is going to be this dramatic of a tournament. I think this tournament, now how you get to that Final Four, there may be some bumps in the road, but I think there's going to be 3 1 seeds in this tournament, and I think there's going to be a 2 seed. I don't think we're going to see a 5 seed, a 6 seed, a 7 seed that goes to the Final Four this year. I think this tournament's going to be pretty straight up. I think Florida's going to get there. I think Houston's going to get there. And I think Duke is going to get there. The only 2 seed I have is Tennessee in there. So I think this one's going to be pretty straightforward without a bunch of drama this year.
So let me get this straight. You are drinking the Rick Barnes Kool-Aid.
I'm going to pick them this year because here's the thing: the 1 seed in the Tennessee bracket is Houston. So not Houston. I had Auburn, Florida. Excuse me. So I had Auburn, Florida, and then Duke and Tennessee. The reason I think Tennessee's going to get there is because somehow, some way, I think they've got better shot making down the stretch than Houston does. And combined with the way that they defend, I know they got their doors blown off by Florida in the SEC tournament. Guess what? They don't have to see them until the Final Four at minimum. So I think the way they defend will just make them that much more lethal, combined with clutch shot making that they have with Chaz Lanier and Zakai Ziegler. I think this is the year Tennessee breaks through and gets at minimum to the Final Four.
Interesting. Unfortunately, I agree with you. You know, we live for chaos in March. It doesn't feel like there's going to be a ton of it, at least not long-term chaos. It does feel like those teams that occupy the upper tier are going to be the teams battling out when you get to the Elite Eight and the Final Four. There's a ton of round of 64 upset potential, especially when you look at that South region. I think UC San Diego could beat Michigan. That's very plausible.
Yes.
Yale could absolutely take down Texas A&M as a 13 seed. I like 14th seed Lipscomb against Iowa State. That's a winnable game for them. And that 10 seed New Mexico, that's a team that you could look up and they might be in the Sweet 16 or even the Elite 8. That's a good basketball team. Auburn's not going to have an easy draw in the round of 32 either, with the winner of Louisville and Creighton on tap. So elsewhere, man, I like GCU over Maryland. That's another 13 seed that's more than capable of winning a game or two in the tournament. High Point in their very first trip to the Field of 68 as a 13 seed. They get Purdue down in that Midwest region. Certainly upset potential there. And how about Will Wade getting to go up against his alma mater? He's a Clemson grad, and now he leads McNeese to the tournament where they will face the 5th-seeded Tigers down in that Midwest region as well. So it's going to be a fun first weekend of action. Thursday through Sunday, I mean, it's always fun. But I'll tell you this much. Major upset potential in the round of 64. That'll probably cool off by the round of 32. And then from there on out, it definitely doesn't feel like a year where you're going to have like one of those 7, 8, 9 seeds in the Elite 8 or even the Final Four. Feels like the cream is going to rise to the top at a certain point. Okay, when we come back, let's hit a quick break. We're overdue. Let's hit a timeout, and on the other side, got to see a couple of Oklahoma targets over the weekend, as well as an OU commit, and came away from OT7 down in Dallas with some very intriguing storylines to discuss with all of you. So back to football and recruiting talk here on Locked In. You're listening to The Ref, the home of Sooner fans. Keep it here.
Hey, Sooner fans, this is Jaron Kanik, and you're listening to The Ref, the home of Sooner fans.
The Mont invites you to come by and enjoy our high-quality food and drinks in our historic atmosphere. The Mont has won numerous awards, including Best Restaurant in Norman, Best Appetizer for our great queso, Best Exotic Drink for the original swirl, the Best Patio Dining for our beautifully landscaped patio. Come see the Town Tavern OU football scoreboards dating back to 1947. We'll see you at the Mont on the corner of Boyd and Classen, or call us at 329-3330.
That twinge in your knee isn't going to wait until Monday, and neither do we. At Orthostat, we've expanded, so you get better hours, better facilities, and the same great care. Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. Whether it's sprains, strains, fractures, or joint pain, from knuckles to knees and every joint in between, our same-day, affordable care gets you back to life faster. Visit OuchOrthostat.com to learn more.
The deals are madness this March across Esper Honda's full inventory. Shop 2 great deals on Honda's most popular 2025 SUVs. Pay just $249 a month for an HRV LX front-wheel drive or $289 per month for a CRV EX front-wheel drive. And for every vehicle purchased in March, we'll donate $100 to Toby Keith's OK Kids Corral. That's 89th and I-35 or online at esperchonda.com.
HRV front-wheel drive 2.99 for 36 months. CRV front-wheel drive 1.99 for 36 months. Per year, 10,000-mile lease, $500 down plus TTNL and first month's payment through AHF ends 4/125.
March is here, and the home of Sooner fans is ready to make the best 68 team giveaway better than ever again this year. Join us today at the Ref's 24th annual 68 team giveaway, live at Buffalo Wild Wings off of 19th Street and more from noon to 7 as we make this year's 68 team giveaway bigger and better with more ways to win than ever before. Come to the home of wings, beer, and sports and sign up in person for a chance to get a team from the field of 68. The better your team does in the tournament, the better your prize. And even members of the Ref Army who don't get a team get a chance at one of more than 30 instant prizes throughout the event from noon to 7. The Ref's 68 team giveaway is presented by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind Casino, good times, great rewards. The Ref's 68 team giveaway is also brought to you in part by the Central Oklahoma Buick GMC dealers, Buffalo Wild Wings, Cavens Group, Westwood Family Aquatic Center, Mitchell's Jewelry, Signature Pool and Patio, Valiance Bank, Bob Hurley RV, OEC Fiber, and many more. That's the Ref's 24th annual 68 team giveaway today at Buffalo Wild Wings of Moore from noon to 7. The Ref, the home of Sooner fans, and your home for the best giveaways this March.
As we wonder why our kids are struggling, someone is getting bullied. As we discuss how to improve their mental health, someone is being harassed on social media. As we wonder why they're skipping school, someone is crying themselves to sleep. Knowing the signs is the best way to prevent bullying.
Please just leave me alone.
Learn the signs at sandyhookpromise.org.
Are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Am I going to let Arizona ruin my bracket again? Yes. Yes, I probably am. I never learn with Arizona.
You and me both.
I'm sure I'll talk myself into picking them to the Elite Eight between now and Thursday. And against my better judgment, I'll do just that. Arizona has ruined my bracket, busted my bracket, I don't know how many times in my lifetime, and yet I never learned. Some teams I have learned with. For instance, Rick Barnes. I will never pick Rick Barnes past the round of 32 again. I have Tennessee going down to UCLA in the round of 32. But still haven't learned my lesson with Arizona. They always, there's something about them in March that is always so appetizing, and yet then the actual games are played, and they crash and burn very quickly. Parker Thune, Grayson, Singleton here with you on Locked In. You're listening to The Ref, the home of Sooner fans. Before we jump into our final segment of OU football and recruiting talk, I'm going to give away some more free stuff. More free stuff here at the 68 team giveaway at I-35 and 19th Street here at Buffalo Wild Wings in Moore. And right now, we are giving away well, 3 prizes in one. How about that? A 1-month membership to Sweat is Free, plus a $50 Visa gift card courtesy of Sweat is Free. Whether you're looking for group classes, personalized training, or focusing on recovery with sports massage and muscle activation techniques, Sweat is Free's low-impact training yields huge results. Visit sweatisfree.com to sign up today. And, oh, by the way, the other thing in this gift package is a $100 gift card for service at Confidence Ford. Tax season is a perfect time to get into a new vehicle. They have a large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, plus the team to help only at Confidence Ford of Norman, where confidence is Cavender. Now, let me run that down again. 1-month membership to Sweat is Free, a $50 Visa gift card courtesy of Sweat is Free, and a $100 gift card for service at Confidence Ford. And all of these things, this package as a whole, will go to Andrew, I'm going to say Grider. Andrew Grider. Andrew, are you in the building? Andrew, you are a winner. If so, is that Andrew? Is that Andrew coming forward? Yes? No? Maybe? Andrew Grider. 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 Andrew, are you here? We will not be calling his phone number. All right, speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay. 1 month membership to Sweat is Free, $50 Visa gift card courtesy of Sweat is Free, and a $100 gift card for service at Confidence Ford is instead going to Jeff Silverhorn. There's Jeff. All right. Step right up, claim your prize. That belongs to Jeff. As soon as we verify Jeff's identity, he's going to go home with that prize package. And in the meantime, we're going to give away 2 more teams in the 68-team giveaway. I believe 16 teams are already off the board. So this will be team number 17. This is a quarter of our field right here. And the team that is going to come off the big board right now is team number 1. Team number 1 belongs to Colton Kirkendall. Colton. Where is Colton? Colton Kirkendall. There he is. Okay. Team number 1, Mr. McComas. Team number 1 belongs to Colton. And his team is, I like this team a lot. There's a little bit of Cinderella potential here. Colorado State, led by Nico Medved. And his primary assistant there on the Colorado State staff. Here's a March hero from way back. I guess it's not that far back, but you remember Ali Farokhmanesh? He may be the next head coach at Colorado State if Nico Medved gets another job, which looks likely to happen based on what he's done at Colorado State and all of the other spots that he's been along the way in his coaching journey. Okay, 1 more team to give away, and it is going to Justice Elliott. Justice Elliott. Is there a Justice Elliott on the premises? Justice. That is Justice. He is very enthusiastic, very happy to have earned a team here in the 68-team giveaway. Tyler, he's going to be getting team number 50. 5-0 belongs to Justice. Let's see what team it is. Oh, boy. Oh, you got a good one. It's not Kentucky, but you got the St. John's Red Storm. Rick Pitino's second-seeded St. John Red Storm. 30-4 in the regular season. They could go deep. Elite Eight, Final Four, maybe even National Championship, all certainly within reach for Rick Pitino and the Red Storm. So there we go. That was the last team of the 2 o'clock hour. We have given away 18 of 68 teams so far in the 68-team giveaway. So do the math. 50 teams left. If you're not already out here, we're going to be here till 7 p.m. Plenty of time to come enter your name for a chance to win a team in the 68-team giveaway. And again, the deeper your team goes in the tournament field, the better your prize at the end of the day. Now, all right, Grayson, I guess we have maybe 5 or 6 minutes here before we hit the hard break at the top of the hour. And so wanted to bring up a couple things that came to my attention this past weekend down at OT7 in Dallas. The first of which is that I frankly do not think Oklahoma is going to hang on to the commitment of 4-star wide receiver Daniel Odom. Now, he committed pretty much out of nowhere in late January. Justice is super excited about winning a team in the 68-team giveaway. I'm sure you can hear him behind me. But Daniel Odom, 4-star wide receiver from the state of California, he committed in no small part due to the influence of Jaden O'Neal and his relationship with Jaden O'Neal. That said, Grayson, and obviously the whole Jaden O'Neal thing is hanging in the balance, whether Jaden O'Neal sticks with Oklahoma or not, I'm not at all convinced Daniel Odom winds up in OU's class. As of right now, I would expect him to drop off. That's the expectation that I'm proceeding with.
And why is that?
Because he already has several other visits set, including OVs, mind you, to several other schools. In fact, I do believe he has already taken an unofficial visit to Washington since committing to OU. So he's still got a wandering eye. He's still looking around. And, it's one thing if you're checking out one school. Cortland Guillory, when he was committed to Oklahoma, he checked out one school. It was Texas. Michael Fasusi checked out one school. That also happens to be Texas. There are other examples over the years of Oklahoma commits checking out one particular school while committed. But if you're taking multiple visits, if you're booking a full slate of OVs, man, that just doesn't say great things about the status of your commitment to the Sooners. So not optimistic that Daniel Odom holds, regardless of what happens with Jaden O'Neal. However, for the very first time, I did get my own two eyes on a player that I love, Grayson Singleton. And this kid is worth a look on film between now and tomorrow's show if you want to be able to weigh in on the prospect that he is. He's the number 3 player in the state of Utah and a safety target for Oklahoma, and that is Selasi Moa out of Plain City, Utah. He is awesome. Outstanding overall athlete. He's not huge. He's about 6 foot, about 180 pounds. But, man, so athletic, so versatile, so quick, great speed. And it's no shock to me, having watched him this past weekend, that there are many schools, of which Oklahoma is not one, that are recruiting him for both sides of the ball. They want him playing offense and defense. Oklahoma has said, hey, come on, come play safety here. That's what we want you doing. There are other schools, though, that have said, you're going to play both sides of the ball. We want you on both sides of the ball. Whether that's an empty promise or not, who knows, but love Selasi Moa, and what creates some intrigue there is the fact that Oklahoma got into the state of Utah last year, landing Darius Afalava and Jet New, Grayson.
No, yeah, that'll be interesting to see if they can reel a guy like him in. You're going to have to send me the spelling of his first name, by the way, because I looked up how I thought I would spell it, and Google brought up something totally, totally different. So, you're gonna have to do me a favor on that one. Look, if they can continue to make inroads at certain places where they haven't been, that only gets better. Appreciate it, Parker. But to the Daniel Odom effect, how many times do we have to say this on these airwaves? Players talk, and look, you want Jaden O'Neal, great. If you're also going to flirt with Bo Bentley, also great. But there are going to be ripple effects of everything you do. And it goes further than Jaden O'Neal. Now it's going to Daniel Odom. Now, if Daniel Odom decommits, and I'll ask you this one real quick because I know we're up against it, Parker. If Daniel Odom decommits, is that a sign? Say he decommits before we really get any clarity on the Jaden O'Neal situation. If he does, in fact, decommit, does that heighten the chances that Jaden O'Neal does? Are those two things intricate right now?
I don't think they are inextricably linked. I don't think Daniel Odom decommitting means Jaden Odom or Jaden O'Neal decommits. And frankly, like I said, I'm not really expecting Daniel Odom in the class at this point, regardless of what happens with Jaden O'Neal's recruitment individually. So we'll see. But those two, I mean, Jaden O'Neal committed back in June. Daniel Odom, especially due to the influence from Jaden O'Neal, committed in January. So they didn't commit together, and they probably wouldn't decommit together. I don't know what's going to happen with O'Neal. I truly don't know. He could stick with the Sooners. He could decommit. I would be equally unsurprised by either outcome, but I just did not walk away with the warm fuzzies this weekend after collecting intel on Daniel Odom about where his commitment to the Sooners stands. So moving forward, I guess I'd set expectations accordingly. I'm not really under the impression that they're going to hold on to him. Now, he's going to come back to Norman for an official visit in June, so they will get a shot at him. They will get a shot to reinforce the commitment, but just don't feel a lot of confidence that does wind up holding, which would take Oklahoma kind of back to square one at wide receiver. Good news, though, is that Emmett Jones has built himself quite a robust board at that position. All right, the 68-team giveaway rolls along next here at Buffalo Wild Wings off I-35 and 19th Street in Moore. It's The Rush.